Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your November 2024 reading. Thank you so much for joining me. It's really lovely to have you here, though I'm sure it's no coincidence that you are. Don't forget, this is for you if you are Aquarius Sun, Moon or Rising. Feel free to look at your other placements if you so wish. Also, this is just a general reading, so just take from it what you need and leave behind what you don't. So, let's crack on. We've got the Woodland Wardens Jessica Rue cards again, because I'm loving them. And we will find 3 cards to find your general energy, your general theme of this month. So, 3 cards for you Aquarius for the month of November. Okay, right. We have the Ram and Dahlia, Determination. The Bee and Pomegranate, Productivity. The Dragonfly and Pansy, Balance. Okay, so determination, productivity and balance. Interesting. Let's see how they weave themselves into your reading. We're using the Rider-Waite deck. We'll get your recent past energy, your future energy, and obviously your current energy. And then we will, we will find 3 cards for some general advice, help and guidance on how best to navigate the month of November. So, okay, we've already got 3, but I'm going to have 3 clarifiers, so I'll just continue to shuffle. Right, we've got the 2 of Wands, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and we have the Devil card. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands, we have the World, and the 6 of Cups. Okay, so the 2 of Wands speaks of you having decisions to make on how you're going to move forward, where you're going to go, what's next for you. But that comes with a choice, and it's entirely up to you because the world is in your hands. You know, what better place to be. I mean, that can be a little bit scary sometimes, can't it, when we know that we've got a big decision to make that's going to, you know, lead us to on a certain path. And, you know, if you don't make it, then the energy's not going to move and things aren't going to move forward. So, you know, hopefully in your recent past you've started, you know, making that choice, you've made that choice and you started moving towards it. We've got the 3 of Pentacles, and that's about collaboration, about coming together with people to create something or to work towards a common goal. And we've also got the Devil card, and that is the card of our shadow side, the side that we don't always necessarily want to look at, the side that, you know, sometimes comes out when we're having a difficult time. So I think maybe for you, this is all about, obviously, you deciding where you're going next. Maybe you need a little bit of help and advice from other people who've got other skills, the skills or the knowledge or the wisdom to help point you in the right direction. It could also be that you're deciding to collaborate with somebody. So, you know, the direction that you're starting to move is one of collaboration. So it could well be that you're becoming part of a team, you're becoming part of a family, you're becoming part of, you know, a business. So you've got business partners, but it's definitely got an air of community, an air of collaboration with others, helping you to move forward on the path that you've set off on. And, you know, the Devil card here is like falling into old patterns of behaviour, I think, really, in this instance. And maybe, you know, that's something that you may have done, you know, falling back into the things that maybe taken the path that feels easiest because it's the one maybe that or something that you've done before, but it's not necessarily the path that you need to be on. We'll have a little look closer into that as we go through, but Yeah, the devil, and also that the devil can be that, you know, you being chained to a certain way of thinking, you being attached to a certain way of being or doing. So, you know, it could well be that you sort of stuck in a little bit of tied to those old ways, when really you need to be moving through and moving past it and doing things in a whole new way. We've got the Queen of Wands, and she's a lovely card. She's a very confident queen. She's not afraid to take action. She's not afraid of change. She's not afraid to move towards her abundance, the things that make her happy, her joys, her passions. She sometimes does it in a yin way, a more introspective way. Maybe she she starts gently making plans to move forwards, like, you know, things like lists and mood boards, and just generally just starting that process a little bit slower than the king. But she is a very confident energy, and hopefully that's something that you've embodied to begin to move forwards in some way. We've also got the World card, and that's you using the knowledge that you have that you gained over the past cycle of life, because the World card, it's the last card in the major arcana, and it's the end of the tarot, the major arcana tarot, the last one. So, you know, through all the cycle of the tarot, you'll have picked up lots of wisdom and knowledge and information that you can use for your next cycle of life. It's natural, isn't it, when we move, you know, we have different cycles in our life, and we learn as we go through life. And so, you know, hopefully you have learned and gained lots of knowledge that are going to help you in your next cycle. And so, you know, it's the beginning of something new and exciting, the beginning of a new cycle for you. We've got the Six of Cups, and that can be the card of nostalgia. It can be the card of our ancestors. I think maybe being under the devil, it's you. The devil card and that tied together maybe is you doing things the way that they've always been, how you think they should be, and when sometimes things need to actually move on. It's fine doing things the same old way, but, you know, life moves on, the world moves on, and sometimes we need to drop those old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, and move on to a newer way of doing things, a more modern way of doing things. Right, let's find, and sorry, I'm just distracted with the Ramandalia there, determination. Maybe you are feeling maybe that's it. Maybe you're feeling determined to do things in the old way. Maybe it's that you are, you know, you've set up a business and you want to do things the way that things have been, you know, maybe it's printing. Maybe you want to do printing the way that it's always been done rather than doing it new and modern. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe, you know, you are growing something on your farm, and it's a heritage seedling, something that's not been grown for a long old time, and you are starting to do that. Maybe that's what it is. But whatever it is, you are doing something that's you're doing it the way that it's always been done, and you're sticking to it, and you're not changing it. Something that you're quite attached to. So, don't know if that makes any sense for anybody. I'd love to know in the comments below. Don't forget, I'd always love to know how things resonate and how what you think of the reading. A thumbs up is always great, and a subscribe is even better, because I'd love to have you as part of my community. I'm trying to grow this little community here, and it's going very nicely. I've got some lovely people jumping on board, leaving me some nice comments. Okay. Right. Oh, current energy. We've got the Eight of Swords, we've got the Three of Wands, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Justice card. So things are starting to move really quickly. I think I'm looking down here at the Bee and Pomegranate, productivity. You're really starting to be productive in whatever it is that direction you're moving in, whatever it is that you're throwing your energy into, your joys and passions, the things that give you satisfaction. Could well be work. I think it probably is. And we've got the three of wands, and that is about looking towards over the horizon, looking to, you know, where to next, what you're going to do next, what's going to be your next thing, and what direction's that going to take you. And I think, you know, you are just reevaluating, or evaluating, not reevaluating, evaluating what's going to, you know, where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. I think we've got the Page of Pentacles, and that is you being gifted the opportunity for something. So generally a pentacle, it could be money, it could be time, it could be your health. You're being offered the gift of a potential of something that you could do something with. That's you know, that you could put your time and energy into and turn it into something amazing. So I think in your current energy is really all about action. It's about you just really being like a little bee and being productive, and just trying to pull everything together to figure out what you have, where you're gonna, how you're gonna do it, where you're gonna go. But it's all moving really quite quickly. We've got the Page of Wands as well, obviously more wand energy, more fiery energy, and he's very open-minded. He's very carefree, and he's just moving forwards with that in that free sort of way, moving towards his joys, his passions, the things that make him happy. So I really think that you just, you know, obviously we've got 2 pages there, so you've got that very carefree way of being, and just, I think you've just going through a really busy time where you're just trying to get things done at the moment. We've got the 5 of Cups, and that's about, you know, looking at what you've lost rather than what you actually still have. So, you know, you may well, being at the end of a cycle, you may have to have left something behind in your new beginning, your new start. You know, and you may find that you've got to leave some stuff behind, but you've got other good stuff to move onwards with, other good things that you can take forward with you into this new cycle that are going to be really productive and really beneficial for you in the future. We've got the Justice card here as well, and that's, I think you've earned you're getting your justice. You've worked really hard and you've earned everything that's coming together for you at the moment. Things are really starting to come together, and it's the right thing, and it's as it should be, because you've put a lot of time and energy into something, and you've been working hard towards something, and you know, it's as it should be. It's very just. And the Justice card also speaks of balance. So maybe that's something that you need to consider with all this flurry of activity and movement forward that's going on. Maybe you just need to try and remember to have that balance, and you know, not to get swayed or knocked off path because you're doing something too much or too little. Just finding that balance. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm just drawn up to the dragonfly and pansy here. Balance. There you go. So yeah, balance, I think, is key. The key word moving forward into your future, into the future energy. So, right, let's find a few cards for your future energy and see what that tells us, Aquarius. Okay. We have the 9 of Wands, persistence. Keep moving forward, keep chipping away. The 7 of Pentacles is you reevaluating the work that you've put in, whether the work that you're putting into something is worth it. And if not, maybe you need to make a slight tweak, but be persistent. You know, on the work that you're putting in, be persistent. You can always make those tweaks as you're going along, as you know, as you're figuring out how things work and what's the best thing for you. And we've also got the 7 of Cups there, and that's about bringing ideas down to earth. So maybe, you know, you have You're moving through something, moving through your project, whatever it is, this new cycle, whatever it is that you're putting your time and energy into. And you know, you're thinking, oh, maybe it's not being as fruitful, or it's not giving me as much, I'm not getting as much out of it as I thought. And you know, you're going to get another idea, some ideas, or you may have lots of ideas, and you might think, right, we'll try that one, we'll try that, and you bring it down to earth and start turning that into reality and see how that works out for you. Again, I think it's about being open, about being organic in the process, and just keeping that nice balance. Sorry, I'm drawn to the dragonfly and pansy again. Keeping that nice balance, that nice flow of energy going well, and just being open to tweaking things, changing things, and making different decisions along the way, and not being, you know, sort of set in stone. Okay, Aquarius, let's find 3 clarifying cards. We have the 8 of Swords, we have the 6 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the 8 of Swords is about getting yourself all in a tangle with your thoughts, and overthinking things, overstressing things, and creating something, you know, realities within your head that not necessarily in keeping with what's going on in the real world. So I think that's something to not get dragged into, or maybe that's how you may sort of find yourself feeling in your future energy, especially if you've got choices to make and decisions to make, and you're trying to bring, you know, choosing which idea to actually run with, to move forward with. It can sort of end up tying you in knots, can't it, when you've got all those choices, and make you feel quite stressed and under pressure, and then you end up self-sabotaging because you're like, oh, I don't know which choice to make. But talking of balance, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and he's all about balance. He's about giving and receiving in equal, but you know, in equal measures. So about keeping that flow of life flowing nicely, not giving too much, not taking too much. Work-life balance can be part of that, but again, just keeping that flow of energy nice and fluid, so that nothing stagnates, nothing gets blocked, and everything moves along in the way that it should do. We've also got the Knight of Cups, and he's moving towards his love, his joy, the thing that brings him happiness. So I think regardless of what's going on here, you know, whether, you know, you're feeling quite stressed and about anything, I think during the month of November, by the end of the month of November, you're really moving towards that place of happiness, the place of you know, joy and love that, you know, you've been working towards, that you've been wanting to, which is all amazing and always a good thing, I find, Aquarius. So let's have 3 cards to find our advice and guidance for the month of November. That flowed really well, Aquarius. I could go on and on. Sorry, I'm just drawn down to this ram and dahlia. Obviously, the devil's got ram's horns here. Determination. And I think maybe your determination to do things in the old way, the way that they used to be done, is the thing, is what you need to be doing. Because often the devil, we look at it as a negative card, but actually I think maybe, you know, tying yourself to the old-fashioned ways that things should be done, maybe this is the good thing for you. Right, I've dropped that on the floor. We've got the King of Cups. That's you keeping your head, keeping your emotions in check, managing your emotions despite everything that's thrown at you this month. Because you are in a place where you've got steady emotions, I think, and you're not getting dragged into any exterior drama. You're just you being you, and you doing you, and you just plodding ahead and moving on in a really organic way. We've got the Sun, best card in the pack. Happiness, love, joy. You're heading towards it. Be open to receiving it. You know, keep that energy, keep that balance. Don't let anything get blocked. Just being open and prepared to just go where things take you, I think, is the key. And looking at things from a different perspective, I think, is the key for this month. Not being too tied down to outcomes. That's That's what you need to hear. Don't be too tied to the outcome. Just go with it. Just go with the flow in a real, you know, carefree kind of way. Because, you know, if we don't get too tied up with things and too getting our mind, letting our mind get in knots, we can enjoy the journey as much as the destination when we finally get there. Okay, so we have the Hermit, and I think this is a card of introspection about, it's the card of Virgo actually, which is very apt considering you've got the card there that reminds me of me, the Eight of Swords, because I'm a Virgo, of tying your mind in knots. He is a card of introspection. He's a card of analysing what's going on in your inner world, and then once you have gained all this wisdom and knowledge from what you've learned, going out and shining your light to others. And I think maybe that is, you know, good advice for the month of November. Maybe try a little bit of introspection. Maybe try and get to the root of why you're feeling the way that you are. If you're getting yourself all entangled by the end of the month and you're like, and you're finding yourself like on the path of self-sabotage, just take a breath, take some time, try and go within and have a little bit of a closer look why you're feeling like that, and hopefully that will then help you to move onwards from it in a more positive way. So Aquarius, that's a really interesting reading. I'd love to know how you feel about it. I'd love to know whether it resonates. Like I say, it's quite short and sweet, but I think we've got to the point of where we needed to be there. So hopefully it's helpful. And I hope to see you next time. Have a great month, have a great November, and I will see you again very, very soon.